Hey, my Taurus babies. Guess what? It is 2020. You heard me? This is EJ from Tarot. Happy New Year, y'all. Today is January 1st, 2020. It is a new year. God damn it, it's a new decade. It is time to kick off the old and get on with the new. My life has changed so drastically in the past 5 days. I didn't say the past month, I said the past 5 days. And the direction that I'm headed in. So if you've been listening to other readers, you've heard them talk about, oh, some of you may be traveling, moving, relocating. That's me. There you go. Who knew? Who the hell knew? At any rate, I will keep you posted on my other goings-ons. I'm excited. I'm scared to death. It's some new shit, but it's going to work out. Let me say this, Taurus. First of all, this is your monthly. This is January 2020 for Taurus. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, I'm wild, I'm crazy, and I say shit the way shit is supposed to be said. Okay, moving along. Taurus. Let me say this about 2020. This is all new shit. Things you think you can't do, thought you couldn't do. This is the year that's going to kick you square up in your behind and tell you, yes, you can. There's that. And there's that. So that's what we're working with. It's new. This is all new. Next week, what's next week? I want to say next week begins Uranus coming out of retrograde and stationing direct on the 12th. I think that's next week. Somewhere it's in layers. Actually, the beginning of the following week. But at any rate, this is new shit for us. Don't be scared. Just do it. You got what you need. It's gonna take you some time. You may have to readjust your thinking, readjust how you approach things, how you deal with people. You are definitely going to be in a period of shedding. I said it, shedding people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And you're not going to have a choice. Shit is just going to put you on a path and you do. Others of you, it's not going to be as dramatic. You probably are where you want to be, but there are going to be changes in personnel. Let me put it like that. So there are going to be new faces, and it's time. A lot of us probably don't even realize that we are stuck in some kind of rut somewhere, and we've just been plodding along. Busy bulls that we are, and we haven't really, we haven't even stopped to notice that we may be in a rut, dealing with the same thing, same situation. Maybe you think because you didn't change your attitude about some shit has changed. It really hasn't. We still dealing with the same bullshit. So with that said, just know that this is going to be a year of change. This is a 4-year in numerology. Add up them 2 2s in 2020 and that gets you 4. If you take your date of birth, and I mean just the month and the date, not the year, and add 2020 instead of the year that you were born, that will give you add up all those numbers, get it down to its lowest common denominator. There you go. That will give you your number for this year. I think this is a 6 year for me. I can't remember. I had to do it again. But at any rate, this is a year of change for all Tauruses. And so I think I said this last week when I was doing the weekend update or the weekly update, whichever one. It's not going to be like last year where, just shit just falls out of the sky and bam, there you go, you got some shit to deal with. This is going to be about things changing, and you're actually going to see your life getting steered in whatever direction it's supposed to be going in. Last year was about being abrupt. It was a lot of disruption, a lot of chaos, a lot of big changes that you really didn't have any control over. You couldn't see where anything was taking you. You should be, for those of you that are in that energy, you should be able to now see what direction you need to be moving in. It's painful. Let me just say that on the outset. It's painful. It's painful when you know you got to, the damn collaboration card, damn it. And yeah, your brain's on fire too. We there too. making a lot of changes. It's just, fuck it, it's hard. You're leaving people behind. I know for some of you, you know, you're in situations that you are just madly, deeply in love with whomever or even whatever. And you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let it go. There's not going to be any growth or any forward movement if you're still stuck on stupid with stupid. There you go. So we're going to make this do what it do. This is going to be for the month of January 2020. I'm going to shuffle and cut these cards enough. They should be ready to go. We're going to do 4 rows of 3. We're going to do 2 for overall energy, and I will let the oracles fall where they will. From this deck, our overall energy for this month: firm foundation. Damn it, didn't I say it? Patience and planning. And this is just a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So for this first week, make sure I got enough room. For this first week, obstacles and challenges, harmony, victory and success. Second week, truth, shadow. Funny, them two always want to show up together like I'm trying to tell you some shit. Suffering and silence. Third week, conflict and defeat, memories of love, passion ignited. Fourth week, spiritual strength, stand your ground, love begins. Okay, that's that day. Let's see what we got going on with this day. Firm foundation is pulling the judgment card. Patience and planning is pulling the 3 of cups. Let me just say this, because I know another 3 is going to show up somewhere. Those of you that may be thinking, potty situation, no, this is about collaboration, trust me. So, obstacles and challenges is pulling the devil card. Harmony pulls the Princess of Cups, Victory and success pulls the Queen of Coins. Truth card pulls the 8 of Cups. Shadow pulls the 8 of Coins. Suffering and silence pulls the Queen of Wands. Conflict and defeat pulls the Hierophant. Memories of love pulls the Knight of Coin. Passion ignited pulls the Empress. Spiritual strength pulls the 9 of Cups. Stand your ground pulls the 10 of Wands. And love begins pulls the 8 of Swords. So if I'm just looking at the board as it is right this minute, a lot of green here. And when I see a lot of green, I deal with a lot of colors. Part of my psychic shit is colors. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. But when I look at green, it automatically tells me that there is fertile ground within you and around you to make some shit start happening. If I dig a little deeper, looking at the cups and the coins that are on the table, which means that you're trying to get your emotional shit together with your financial shit. And people always look at me when I say that, well, I always been emotional. This shit, we're emotional creatures. That's just what we are. So while all of us don't carry emotional shit the same, you say that, we are still emotional creatures. And for some of us, we need to understand that we need to have some detachment about what we're doing. Sometimes we get our emotions too caught up in some shit and you miss your money. I know, you're like, what the hell? But you done had that fight with your other and had to call off work because you just worn out because you've been up all night. That's you missing your money on some emotional shit. I'm going to just throw that out there. I don't know who needs to hear that. But this ain't a bad reading if I'm just looking at the colors. There's room here for you to grow, and it is time for you to grow towards. So don't be sitting around talking about, well, I thought I'm done everything. No, you ain't done nothing. It's time to get up and do something else. We'll just throw that out there. So with our overall energy for the month of January 2020, firm foundation and patience and planning. So for many of you, however this is resonating, leave the fish, leave the bones. It's about creating this firm foundation. That's where we're kicking off the new year, thinking about what our foundation looks like, what it feels like, who is a part of our foundation. The patience and planning, the bottom end of your overall energy. This ain't the you being patient and waiting on your lover. No. You see them towers there. You see that gold? It's always indicative of money to me for some reason. But patience and planning. And this is projects, things, not people necessarily, but more things. Trying to move forward. Some of you may be trying to buy a house. Some of you may be trying to buy a car. Some of you may be trying to get your kids in private school because you're just done with the public school. However this is resonating with you, this is the bottom end of your overall energy, and this is really what's holding us down. This is the shit that's propelling us to do what the fuck we're doing. Patience and planning. And so understand that as you move through the energy this month, it should be about you being patiently planning your next move. January, beginning of the year, this is always a good time, and usually the energy is kind of like this anyway, excluding all the politics and other bullshit going on. You kind of focused on, okay, what direction am I trying to go in this year? So this is our overall energy. When you start looking at these cards on top, some of you gonna have to start making some big decisions. And this is overall. You're already thinking about who you're getting ready to cut off, who's getting ready to get cut in. Hello. It's about judgment. And there's usually when I pull this card, if there's some humble forgiveness type shit, I ain't feeling that. This is just straight up judgment. I am going to do this and you will get the fuck on. That's where we are with this right now. And that's really where we should be. It should be about looking at your foundation. How firm is it? And what the hell else can you do to make it firmer? Throw that out there. There are people you are going to need to collaborate with. So this is in your overall energy, but this is also, like I say, if it's on the board, it counts for everything. So it's going to be about finding people to help you do what you're trying to do. Some of you, this is really bringing around entrepreneurial projects, things that you're trying to break out. And we're in a gig economy, so I know a lot of people doing Uber and Lyft. Trying to find people to help you do what you're doing for yourself a little better, especially those of you in business for yourself. Even if you got a regular 9 to 5, this is about finding people to help you get just over here a little further. And so that's a good thing, to have your eyes open, looking for people that you can collaborate with. Did the other 3 pop up? No, it popped up when I was shuffling, but it's not on the board. So as we enter this first week of January, obstacles and challenges with the double card. So just pretty much the fuck I've been saying. There's gonna be some folks. There's gonna be some folks. Some of you are in karmic tie-ups. I said it correctly. Karmic tie-ups. Some shit that's just got your mind in a traffic jam and your emotions in a traffic jam. And it's toxic. It's not helping you. For a lot of you, it's not just toxic, it's just fucked up. So it is time to pull it back. And if you look at it from back here, it look like an eyeball, don't it? But in reality, it's 2 people there, chained. Some of you need to cut them chains. And this is not easy shit to do. It is not. And for some of you, it may not even be a person. It may just be a toxic situation. It could be job. It could be people you living with, roommates, some other shit. It is time to find some scissors. Just saying, it's time to cut some shit loose. Of course, sitting on top of the obstacles and challenges. Let's just remind ourselves what we're trying to do here. Firm foundation. That's what you're really trying to build. And making these decisions and these judgment calls about what stays and what goes, what's hot and what's not. And so this first week is definitely about reevaluating some toxic shit, karmic shit, twin flame, soulmate, because all that shit sounds good, but when you get into those situations with your twin flame and your soulmate, sometimes it can be a hot, funky, fresh ass mess. So, time to start looking at that. And probably for many of you, you've already trying to distance yourself. You're tired of crying, you're tired of being upset. And I don't know, work is in this too. This is not just romantic. This is work in this. You on a job and that shit is fucked up. There's some secretary sitting in the corner filing her nails and on her cell phone, and you are over there grinding down trying to figure out how the computer is not coming on. Just saying. It might be time for you to get your shit and leave. Get some scissors and cut some shit loose. A lot of times we get tied up with jobs and career shit because of money. Need all this money to do whatever it is you're trying to do, but the job sucks to hell, It may be for the benefits. You might have kids in daycare and you trying to take $20 and spread it 500 ways. I feel you. However, you're not going to know what else is out there for you till you start breaking away from karmic shit, toxic shit. Toxicity is written all over this card. My hand is burning, so I'm going to put it down. At any rate, that is the obstacle and the challenge, one of the obstacles and challenges that you're going to face during this first week. And that's going to be, for a lot of you, more emotional, as I say this, than just the physical part. It's going to be more mental. I feel, I don't like that type shit. I don't want to have to, y'all feel me, move right on next door. It is time to put some emotional distance between you and whatever it is keeping you from doing what you need to be doing so that you can have some harmony in your life. Y'all deserve harmony. There's no reason why you should be in some fucked up ass situation either at home or at work. If you are over 21, hello, come on, work with me, and you working a job and paying some bills, there is no reason for you to be in disharmony. I'm going to say it again. There's no reason for you to be in disharmony. So, time to start putting some emotional distance between you and it or them so you can move forward. We get next to that. Victory and success is coming, whether you want it to or not. I'm just saying. Now, you can keep all the karmic, toxic shit. Hang on to it. Glue it to yourself and some other shit. It becomes more difficult. You still gonna get here, but now, what you bringing with you when you get here? Are you taking sand to the beach? I'm just trying to tell you. And see, it's nothing more frustrating than to realize you've made some changes, or that life, Wheel of Fortune, or whatever you want to call it, has made some changes for you, and you got all these old ass folks and situations schlepping right behind you, and you can't enjoy this because you got all of that. Just saying. It's time to start trusting. I wrote it up there on the top of the thing. It's time to start trusting and get out of this messy shit. Trust your intuition. Trust the decisions that you're making for yourself, and let go so you can get here. I'm just saying. And that you got a 5, a 6, and a 6. And that's a 15. Don't 1 and 5 make 6? I'm just saying. Think about what you're doing, but trust yourself. Trust yourself. A lot of times we let people get in our heads, oh, well, baby, and if your gut is telling you to move on, damn it, move on. Do that. Second week in January. Truth card sitting on top of the 8 of Cups. Once you start dealing with the truth of the matter, and that's a 20, ain't nothing but a 20 up there, and this is 20, ain't it? When you start dealing with the truth of the matter, it becomes very easy to get up off them damn cups and get on the terra firma. I'm just saying, it just does. Again, it's cups. We're talking about stepping up off of emotional things that are keeping us tied, unstable, unsure, undecided. You pick your unword, put it there. It's time to get up off all that and get on to what I'm trying to do. Get over here to the shadow, and that's you talking to you and dealing with them dark ass fears that are keeping you tied to some old strange ass funky bullshit. Hello. And get to work. Get to work. Deal with your fears and get to work and do what it is you want to do for yourself without having all the interference and the peanut gallery telling you what you can and cannot do. And get to work and keep working and keep doing it and grind down on whatever it is you're trying to do. Grind down on it till you see some progress and start creating some distance, damn it, between you and whatever it is. And again, it's about dealing with your fears. Talking to yourself in the mirror. I know it sounds strange, but talking to yourself in the mirror. Hey, yo, you in the glass right there. What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you afraid to move forward? And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, why are we afraid to move forward? Once again, this year is about getting to the truth of it. When you get to the truth and you start dealing with your shit, out there looking in the dark at the stars, that's all about you, that inward shit. That's when you can start making movement forward. The suffering in silence. Many of you will go through this process and just simply suffer in silence, and you will shut down the queen of sexy and confident, and that is not what you should be doing. Oh girl right here, just because you going through it does not mean you have to show it. I'm just saying. So you should maintain, I know, fake it till you make it. Yeah, that part. This right here is important to you moving forward, because you're letting the universe know, you know what, damn it, I'm gonna put the lipstick on anyway, despite the fact that I got some old fucked up karmic shit going on and I'm trying to let go, despite the fact that I have not completely put enough emotional distance between me and all this bullshit, and despite the fact that I'm having a problem trusting the process within myself, you still got to come out looking good. I'm just saying. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do, because you don't need to be in this energy long. You don't need to be sitting around for the rest of the month crying and moping in front of the TV and watching the stories and the nighttime soaps and all that bullshit. No, you need to come out of this energy. You're going to be here, period, because you're making changes. And some of you are going to have to actually tell some folks, I can't do this year. Whatever it is, you still need to project the sexy confident. When people see this, they don't know you're going through all that, and they don't need to know. The rest of the world don't need to know what the fuck you're going through. Paste the smile on and keep it moving, Taurus. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When we get to the third week in January, the Hierophant on top of the conflict and defeat, you really need to look at the commitments that you're making or that you want to make. I'm going to say it again because somebody needs to hear this. You really need to look at the commitments that you are making or that you want to make, because you're not trying to be here. This is not where you're trying to go. This is exactly what you're trying to bypass. And some of you may feel like this because you don't have the commitment that you want, whether it's from work or whether it's from someone. This suffering and silence and conflict and defeat shit, that's the energy that you need to work on not being in. Try to be as positive as you can be. If it means that you need to stand in your shower every morning for 5 minutes saying some funky mantra you wrote last night, do it. Ultimately, this is what you're trying to do. You got to make judgments about getting that. And at some point, you're going to feel like, I've been doing this shit for 5 years with this person. Or I've been doing this shit for 6 years on this job. I've been doing this shit with this person for 3 months and we ain't got nowhere. And you're going to feel this. And as one astrologer that I read says, you need to just get in your feels. Get in your emos and do what you need to do and work through that energy. Don't stay stuck in it. I'm going to say it again. Work through the energy. You see dude is falling down the damn stairs. Literally, he's working through that energy. Because when you hit the ground, ain't nothing else for you to do but get up. Just saying. Commitment. Because we all want it on some level. We want better than what we have. Whether it's the person we're with, the job we had, the car we had. We want a better commitment. So you got to work through this energy, but you got to keep your eye on the prize. Just saying. That in turn is going to bring this shit up. And again, this reading is really a 50-50 job/romance reading. Because it can go either way. Memories of love. Memories of when you first got this job and how in love you were with it. And how great it was. And how the money looked. And, you know, here you are at the end of it like, the fuck? Seriously? Working. You working to get back to, but in another situation. Counting up what you got. Come on now. Looking at your horse, being thankful, because that's resonating off of it. Being thankful for what you have, even though, once again, you know, memories of when some shit happened, how it happened. Being grateful, though, for what you have. You cannot go through this process without being humble and being grateful. It is what it is. It is what it is. being thankful for what you have, knowing you can have more. But being thankful for what you have and thinking about making these damn judgment calls, thinking about how you can reapply what you know, your resources, all this little shit he got in his arms. How can you reapply that to another situation that might be better for you? I'm just saying. And not getting so stuck on, well, it used to be like this. And when we first met, yeah, that shit. And when I first started my job, it used to be like that. Yeah, it used to be. It used to be. Time to start reapplying those resources. It's there. It's there. You just have to put your thinking cap on and figure out, how can I do this again in another situation and be better at it. At the end of the third week, that's where that passion gets ignited. Now you just started thinking about some shit. You know what? It's really, the relationship really ain't been working for me. I think I'm gonna just try and do something different. Oh, get that fire kicked up in your chest, thinking about doing something different. In this third week, some of you may meet someone new. Some of you may see that job in the paper, online, wherever, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, whoever you're working with. Come on now, and get that fire pumped back up so you can start doing what you want to do. But see, all of that comes from here. And then thinking about, how can you do this again? How can you reapply what you have? And know you got it, because you got a horse. You got the horse out there working. Okay, now how can I get another horse? How can I make this horse work better? Yeah, that brings you right here. That's where that passion gets kicked in. Oh, look at there. The queen of I am everything. This is the empress. And see, when you go through these little mini processes of suffering and silence and conflict and defeat and oh God, and life is just awful, you emerge out of that. Like a phoenix. Come on, work with me. It's okay to go through all of this, because you need to be here in the upright position. I am that bitch. Yes, I said it. I can't do this. Sometimes you got to give the swift kick in the ass to yourself. I'm just saying. Once you get this, once you start looking at what you can do to change your situation, bam, there she is on the swine. Hello, everybody. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? When we get into the fourth week, spiritual strength with the 9 of Cups is very much about the wind down. This is a 9, right? It's supposed to be about the victory and success and all of that, but it's sitting on top of another 9. And so this is about understanding everything that you learned last year. I'm going to just tag it for last year. Everything that you learned from last year. That's where your spiritual strength comes from. When you start dealing with past situations and how you came through those situations. Come on. And that's where your spiritual strength comes from. You made it through that bullshit. Certainly you can make it through this bullshit and get the victory and success that you already deserve. You don't have to do nothing. Now you already deserve it. You actually don't even have to deserve it. It is a universal right to be successful. You just gotta know how to tap into this shit. Just saying. The end of the month, this is where you're gonna be. You're gonna have to rely on your spiritual strength, because again, it popped up right here, and this is major energy. This is major cards. This is a major shift in your thinking, in your perceptions, how you think about things and people, and prop yourself up in the upright position and do the queen thing. Hello. Relying on that spiritual strength. All that shit you went through last year. Come on. To know that there's some victory and success there. Now, the catch with this is that balance. So you see he's got his arms splayed out and his legs splayed out. But I'm looking at the balance. Not necessarily even, but it's there. So understanding underneath all of this, emotionally, you got to have some balance. You can't be too much of this. You can't be too much of that. And come back to the princess. Gaining some emotional distance between you and last year. Let's just put that where it is. You're dealing with 2 9 cards right here. Putting some emotional distance between you and last year so you can get this. And you're going to have to rely on your spiritual strength. Yeah. But it's here. Stand your ground. And see, this is where you naturally are going to be. You done got your ass propped up on the swine. You done figured out how to reapply your resources. Knowing, you done tried this and there's been some conflict and fucking defeat, but you still trying to aim for this. And this is major energy. Readjusting your outlook so you can manifest the kind of commitment you want. Come on now. At the end of all of this, you're going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to tell the very people that got you all tied up in knots and shit, you know what? Go get bent. This is my shit. I'm going to do it my way. And put down all of everybody else's shit. Let's just look at it this way. Dropping all them excess wines, all that excess stress. Probably 90% of the stress that you're dealing with has to do with how somebody else is looking at you, viewing you, perceiving you, talking about you. Don't matter. Let it go. Just saying. And stand your ground. Stick up for yourself. Don't wait on somebody to give you an answer. Fuck that. Stand your ground. Stick up for yourself. Know that your intuition ain't going to lie to you. It's going to get you off in the right direction. Come on now. And let other people's burdens, issues, problems, and concerns go and deal with your own shit. And when you deal with your own shit, you usually only got 1 or 2 wines to pick up. But if you got a whole bundle of shit, how the hell are you doing anything? You can't even breathe. Dude can't even walk because he is stuck trying to carry everybody else's shit. Let that shit go. Stand your ground. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you got to help me. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. The little chick sitting over there in the corner filing her nails while you over there trying to figure out what IT did to your computer at work. Tell that chick to go get bent. Stand your ground. Stand your ground and put down other people's bullshit. At the end of all of this, hopefully you will have taken off the blinders and pulled your ass up out the yard, away from all the knives you done stuck all over the place and booby traps and shit that you've set up for yourself because you so scared of getting rid of toxic ass bullshit. Come on. Guess what? When you do all of that, there you go. I believe and I feel and can kind of hear rather strongly a lot of you at the end of the month are going to be like, where he come from? Or where she come from? Or what the hell? This is job too. I didn't know they had offices here. I didn't know Amazon had an office here. Really? Yeah. End of the month, this is where you should be and this is how you should be feeling, but you're gonna have to do this first. You have to pull that bullshit off, and that's the intellectual shit. This is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, all that shit up in your head. You done just worried yourself into a nutcase, and so now you just feel like, well, I just have to be here with the blinders on because I can't manage to add bullshit. Let that shit go. Let it go, Taurus. Let it go. It's a new year. It's a new thing. Do new. Do new. Drop the beliefs, the old beliefs that have held you hemmed up in the corner. While little Miss Chickadee over there in the corner doing her nails and get ready to pop off on some shit. And you sitting there scared to death. Damn that. We're going to come right back here one more time. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand up for yourself. Don't let people take advantage of you. Sometimes we end up in these little bullshit ass situations just for that. Oh, I thought it was karmic. I thought we were twin flames. Yeah. Cut that shit out. Let it go. Do something new for the new year. Not a bad month, Taurus. It's about the preparation for the rest of the year. January is the preparation. If you like football, this is the kickoff. This is the very beginning of the game. We in the first 5 seconds of the game. Ball has been kicked. Receiving team has it. They knelt down, and now it is time to get it into play. So this is what this month is about. The patience and the planning. And the patience really not just with the organizations or businesses or companies or whatever that you have to deal with to get some shit going, but also being patient with the process and yourself and plan some shit out and not just, I'm going to do whatever because you got some clown Just saying. Creating that emotional distance that you need to get going in the direction you need to get going in. Let's see what the Oracle cards have for us, dear Taurus. Not a bad reading. Not a bad reading. Requires a little bit of work. Requires a little bit of walking away. I'm telling some folks to go fuck themselves pretty much, but that's okay. You can do this. There's a lot of green on this board. A lot of green. So that's telling me this is fertile ground. And what you do this month is going to set the pace for the rest of the year. So take a couple days, think about it. You got a weekend coming up. Think about what direction you want to go in. Think about the people, places, and things that you may need to cut out of your existence so you can do what you want to do and what you need to do for yourself. And hopefully by the time we get to the beginning of February, we will be into the first quarter of the game. Oh, I said it. Let's see what the oracles are saying. Listen to your heart. You're the boss. Body talk. Take your time. Play. Pull one more. Be generous. Listen to your heart. I'm going to stick that here. Listen to your heart. I know a lot of you are like, well, it's a karmic in between flame. Listen to what your heart is telling you. Because a lot of times we think it was twin flame, whatever. And you just need to be in it despite all the obstacles and chat. Listen to what your heart is telling you. Same thing right here. Trusting yourself. But where's the body talk? That part right there. Listen to your heart. A lot of times we be lying to ourselves about what our heart is really telling us. Sometimes our heart is telling us to let this shit go so your heart can just stop breaking the fuck up. Just saying, think about it. Meditate on it. Get some clarity on what your heart is really trying to tell you. Same with the body talk. Going into new situations. What is your body telling you? How do you feel? Yeah, naturally you're scared. I got that part. But what else is your body telling you? Is it a good thing? This is akin to listen to your vibes. Listen to the body talk. And watch how other people's bodies respond to certain things when you start talking about new shit or cutting out shit. Look at how people respond to you. Don't listen to what they're saying. Watch how their body responds. Your body will respond instantaneously, way quicker than you can answer a question. I'm just saying. So watch people. When you start cutting folks, just watch how they start reacting to you and to what you're trying to do. You're the boss. Fuck all that stupid shit. This is your life. Yours. Not mine. It's yours. So you're the boss. The fuck it all. Stand your ground. Don't let people just, have you running down a primrose path to hell because they want you to. You're the boss. You. Be accountable and be responsible for your shit and the decisions that you make because you are the boss. Be generous. There is no reason for any of us to not be generous just because we're going through some shit. Do not forget to be generous. If it ain't nothing but a kind word to some clown on the street, be generous. It's not going to kill you to be nice. It's not going to kill you to say something nice to somebody. Be generous. It's always a good thing to be generous. It comes back to you tenfold all the time. So be generous. Take your time. You got a month to work through some shit. Take your time. Ain't no damn rush. You're going to feel a sense of urgency. You're going to feel like you need to be, and you should be. But as you are going through this emotional process, the suffering and silence, the conflict and defeat, understanding where you want your commitments to be and how you want your commitments to look, and that these two are sitting on top of each other, the Queen of Wands and the Empress, putting that shit out there and setting your shit upright and rolling through this like the Queen. Hello. I'm just saying. But take your time. Work through this energy. At the end of all of this, do not forget to play. I don't know how many times I got to say it. It come up in every reading, so I got to believe some of y'all are still not playing. Go get you some damn crayons. I know this ain't the crayon card, but it ain't going to help. It's not going to hurt you to get your crayons and color. I'm just saying, go do something to get outside of yourself, particularly when you're dealing with the suffering and silence and conflict and defeat, even the passion ignited. Sometimes that can just be a jolt, like, woo, I got a new idea, and yeah, you know what, slow it down. Go do something. Go play. I'm going to leave it here, Taurus. I love you. I am back on the grind, so you will see videos popping up here, there, and everywhere. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I hope you had a safe New Year's. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.